Welcome back to the Maestro guide, and today we're going to be looking at Border, probably one of the least popular and more disliked maps among the community, but Maestro's going to be Maestro's pretty strong on this map, and he is with most maps, he's a very strong operator, but he's pretty good on Border. I'd say maybe if you're not too experienced with, say, smoke, that's when you should really be bringing Maestro.
Left.
But other than that, I'd still recommend
5
it.
seconds.
So we're gonna start off with Armory Locker, probably the
4 has yet to locate a bomb.
most balanced, and just for future, just so that you all understand, I really do dislike Border. It's probably my least favorite map in the competitive map pool, and I'm probably gonna make a video going a little bit more in depth after this. So, just starting off, some good Maestro cam spot is to, if I can actually do it correctly, because I'm a scrub, so obviously just get on top of the computer here. See, what you have to do is, I'm just garbage, is that you don't break the computer, and instead, you have to get up here like that. Thank God, I finally did it. And then you have to get yourself angled sort of towards the right edge of the bookshelf, and just vault up, and then you'll get up here. So, I'd personally recommend putting your cam here, because what that does is, say Montaigne wants to plant in the doorway, his head has to peek right here. And, as we all know, a full, I guess, stock of lasers will down a player, or actually it'll kill a player as well, but assuming you hit every single laser on point. But yeah, very basic, very easy to do. Not exactly, I know I made it look, very difficult, but that's because I have the eye-hand coordination of a naked mole rat that just did like 20 Benadryl. Another camera that you can do is assuming Mira is banned, you can always do one to watch the breach. I'd recommend putting it maybe somewhere like here, or, somewhere like here. Those are the two that you're really gonna want. I personally almost always use this cam, because it actually watches the inside cubby. But another very popular thing you'll see do in, high relos is to put the Maestro cam either out here like this and reinforce these walls so you can watch the thermite plant, or if you know that they're not going to spawn west vehicle, or you're really confident in your ability to, get it down as quickly as possible, put it right here, and then you can dip out and get back in here. Now, you can get shot right here, so do be aware. You can always just prone if you really are concerned about that. But overall, the site's pretty strong. I like this cam a lot because it also watches West Belk, but do what you want, you'll really do fine. As for spots to play, a lot of people like to play where your smoke player would play, because with Maestro in a lot of situations is your anti-post plant operator combined with an intel operator, and that's what makes him so good. So instead of a smoke, you might bring a Maestro. So, or both, honestly. So, but assuming that your smoke isn't doing the default shield up, or you don't have a smoke, you're going to be playing in spots where he would normally be playing. So you're going to be playing really behind tan locker. If you're really brave, behind half wall. I hate playing behind half wall. I never do it. Not fun for me, at least. I know that we already have our cam up here, but a pretty good place for Maestro to play is up top there, because if I get that right, he has Alda is incredibly good for just holding this angle right here. You can just, if you really need to, and if worst comes to worst, say, you know, your Zove or your Gridlock is, or whatever your plant operator is going to be doing, you obviously have, you know, just spring down, you know, rip through a few rounds. So that's gonna essentially cover through armory. In terms of impact versus barbed wire here, I'd personally run barbed wire because you're not really gonna be making too many rotatals. Impact's always useful, never hurt. So you know, you really do what you want. This is a pretty free-form site. Yeah. So now we're gonna move on to Vent Workshop, the second most popular site on this map. Alright, so next up is Vent Workshop, and this is obviously a very popular site, big reason why I do not like this map. But again, I'll cover that later, but obviously with your Vent Workshop hold, you're going to be doing what SSG does, which is hold up top, and now it's become the default, is you're going to be having like your mute in your castle holding up top, totally jammed off, maybe even a third person, and you're going to be having one person watching that main window, and you're going to have a person watching main entrance. Usually, assuming you're not solo queuing. Or even if you are solo queuing, a lot of ranked players at this point understand that's what you have to do. So as Maestro, you're not going to be playing up top with them. That's just something you're not going to be doing. So what you are going to be doing, though, is being one of the two people on site. Because you're usually going to have, again, mute in the castle up top, maybe a Jaeger roaming around customs, and then usually it's going to be either a Mira Maestro, Mira Smoke, or Smoke and Maestro chilling on site. Now, something to do is to immediately set up your cam to block off default plants if the people up top die, which in like gold and silver and even a little bit in plat, that's a bit of an issue. But this cam, it covers default plant handily, it covers plant away from default pretty good. The only plant you really have to worry about is behind desk, but even that can be taken care of by just popping that open. As for the second cam, this is going to be the cam that I call the one that covers your ass. By which I mean, because you're going to be playing in the site and not having anyone besides your Jaeger customs to really watch admin desk or to watch a main entrance rush, you're really trusting those people up top. So your second cam, it depends on where you're going to play. You can play in a bunch of places, but this needs to be one to watch you while you're on the cam. So, a few things of note quickly. You can play an admin desk. I don't like to do that because you can just get very easily peeked and rushed. But if you want to do that, you can obviously put a Maestro cam either here to watch both archive store, custom store, and custom store, as well as a little bit of bathroom. Or, you know, you can obviously put it anywhere in waiting room. You can just slap it down on the vending machine, and that watches your entire waiting room. Now, I don't like to play an admin desk, obviously, because it's a pretty bad position. Another position you could opt to play is bathroom setup, in which you are going to be putting really your cam around here, because this obviously watches archive storage, does all those things before, except now you actually have some practical cover, and you're not likely to get your shit rocked from an angle you can't watch, because now the only angles that aren't being watched by your teammates is the only place you can get killed from here is above, which obviously they have to kill the people above if they want to kill you from above. Hatch drop, which again, they have to kill your people above in order to get to your hatch. Or bathroom door, and bathroom door watch for your cam. So playing here, pretty good spot. I like how that's where I'd put my second cam for ventilation workshop, but you can really do whatever you want. Now we're just gonna move on to really the last site where you should be bringing Maestro on this map, being customs. And so yeah, we're just gonna get that done, and we're gonna discuss the spots you should be playing again. Alright, customs.
10 seconds remaining.
And supply.
5 seconds and counting.
This site is probably my second
Keep an eye
biggest
out for
reason
Op 4 attempting to defuse
on
your bomb.
why I hate this site why I hate this map so much. But again, I'll discuss that. So, as Maestro, a couple of things you can do is a big thing for Maestro is the sneaky spot on this map, which is obviously you can put this here, and that pretty obviously covers all the default plants, watches all of supply essentially, and overall pretty solid. You can actually, another thing you can do is something that's quite important, is you can have this cam watch top metal. And that is something that you're really going to want to do, especially as Maestro, because as Maestro, another thing you could do is, if you really want, you can play up here very effectively. There's always going to be a shredder, 81 round mag lets you stay up here and just let people just keep peeking you. And because you're a 3 armor, you can tank a couple of shots, so, you know, do what you want, but I'd recommend you play here. Alternatively, another angle that I don't see a lot of people use is playing right here. This is a little better because you actually have non-wall bangable protection. That is wall bangable, so I like to play back here if I'm going to be doing that cheese spot. Second place that you can play right here, obviously. A lot of people like to play right here. Only weakness is that you're a little bit pigeonholed in. You have to peek supply window or what's it called? Detention wall. But other than that, it's pretty okay. You're also stuck with hatch. So, you know, I would recommend playing in supply, but you're gonna be playing a lot of cam switching. That's gonna be something you're gonna do a lot. Second cam, I feel like this is pretty clear cut at this point. You're gonna put it on the two southmost, but watching the two southmost customs walls. This is because the two walls that are going to get opened on this map, on this site, is detention and customs, and obviously hatch. But, oh, actually open chat there, but obviously that covers that. Pretty difficult to destroy now that people are running ace instead of thermite, so you can put it a little closer to the wall if you really want to. Other than that, this site's pretty basic for Maestro. Because you have the cam watching top metal, you can remain fairly confident in your positioning, so you could even play in a very aggressive, like here. And this is indestructible wall next to me. So, you know, it's pretty strong, because with the assistance of that cam, you can just see that someone's planting, and then just pop out on them, and there's nothing they can do. So overall, Maestro's pretty strong, and he's, you know, pretty effective. I feel as though, you know, smokes might be a bit better in this situation, but, you know, overall, Maestro's going to be very strong. And that's actually going to wrap up most of the Maestro guide for Border. It's a bit shorter, I know. This map I am not an expert in, so I'm speaking a little less about it. Not exactly too many concepts with Maestro that you need to understand, besides just basic cam operation, which I will also make a video on, probably after the reasons I hate Border 1. But, you know, that applies to operators like Falcon Echo, obviously, too. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up, and I wish you all a good day.